how I'm actually in Mexico right now. My name's Malik. I'm a journalist. I'm a flight attendant. Today, I'm in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, for the very first time. Bro, I've never even been to Mexico. And I have worked flights to Cabo and here, Puerto Vallarta, many times. I've never gotten to stay. And today, someone dropped this trip last night, and I packed my bag and made it to the airport by 6 a.m. I am uploading a video actually to YouTube. Today is my 2 years since I graduated flight attendant training. The fact that I got this trip on this day, 222, just wow. As I was getting ready for this trip, I was finally feeling like, I know how this goes. I got this. I got my customers. I got the layover. I know how to do this now, 2 years in. This is just a moment where I can finally start to enjoy this job. Like, when you are new, it's just so stressful. Everything is just coming at you. And I feel like I'm finally at the point where I feel comfortable no matter where I am. And it's crazy because I'll show you this really quick. The housekeeping staff, they wrote, "Bienvenidos a casa. Gracias por su visita." And it's welcome home, thank you for your visit. That was so cute. I don't know if this is maybe just with the pad. That's adorable. I feel home. I feel like I can be home anywhere and that's within myself. I just really want to enjoy this layover. I want to show you Puerto Vallarta, not just this resort, but I want to go out into the city. Right now though, I'm starving. I woke up at like 4 a.m. All I have had is like 2 chocolate croissants. I'm sure they have some really, a salad would just hit for me. I'm so excited. Let's go outside. I don't even know what to expect. Honestly, for those of you who have been watching before, I haven't kept up my Spanish, but I literally logged into my Duolingo account the second I got here. So I'm gonna really be on that. I'm so grateful. This is crazy, y'all. I already like this layover more than I like Aruba, gosh, and more than I liked the Bahamas. This layover, for some reason, and I'm not gonna say, because also it's important to note, y'all, that sometimes it's the people, it's not always the resort staff or even the fact that it's a resort. Sometimes it's just the people and the energy that these people who, I don't want to say these people, but a lot of the people who have these experiences do have wealth, do have like immense amount of, and I should say financial wealth, because that's what I'm talking about here. And sometimes they can be, I don't know what the word is. They're just something, there's a vibe. This place, I felt honestly a little bit more chill, because honestly in Aruba, this was a little bit less than Aruba. I wouldn't say Aruba, I would not count in this, but in the Bahamas, I was like the only Black person that wasn't working there. Like literally I may have seen 1 or 2 Black families out of hundreds of families that I probably saw. And then here it's kind of the same deal, but it does feel like this is a little bit different for some reason. And I think it's, I don't know if it's the culture. I would say the energy of the land here is, to me, I feel like I jive with it better. I don't know if that's just, you know, I just got here and I'm just excited to be here and I'm just off the high of it. But I would say like the mountains are so beautiful. My colleague actually met me out there and he was like, the way that the like the mountains kind of melt into the city. It's so precious. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even notice that, but it's so true. I like the West Coast more. So this is interesting because this is my first time going to like a vacation destination on the West Coast. I've been to Montego Bay when I was growing up, the Bahamas, right? These East Coast places, these Atlantic Ocean places. And I didn't really go in the ocean because, another news piece, but apparently I think the waves, I should really look this up before I talk to y'all about it. These red flag warnings. So I'm looking right now on PVDN, which is Vallarta Daily, and basically these red flag warnings are now continuing for their second day. That would be yesterday, and then I just saw them out there today. So it seems that these are occurring again for a third day now. I don't know why this won't stand with me. This won't stand with me, guys. So these red flag warnings, what they mean, there are these unusually high waves. I saw them today. These waves were scary. Like, they are so big, so strong, and you think I was back far enough at a point, you know, when you're like looking and you're like, okay, I'm gonna let the water come up to my feet, which honestly, I don't even think they're recommending that. There were ropes lining the area that you would walk on to the beach, because there have been sightings of stingrays. There have been sightings of, I don't know if it's alligators or crocodiles. Blanca Becerra, the second commander of the Jalisco State Civil Protection and Firefighters Unit, which is stationed here in Puerto Vallarta, reported that the coastal city witnessed some of the season's highest waves, reaching up to 3 meters at certain points along the Vallarta shoreline. How many feet is a meter? 3 feet is 1 meter. Waves that are 9 feet. That is insane. There was like one girl in the water and she was like taking pictures. Like, no one is in the water. There's some people kind of hanging out on the shore, on the beach, but most of the people are really at the resort in the infinity pool. I wonder why this is happening though. Is it related to climate change? It's the same thing with turbulence in the sky. I feel like when I started, being that I've been a flight attendant for 2 years now, I feel like I have some stake in the game to say, when I started, turbulence was not scary. I don't want to say I get scared. It's not that I get scared. If I'm scared in the aisle, or if I start moving my car to get it to a galley, it's because I'm scared of the cart going flying. Because if a cart goes flying, think of how many sodas are in there, ice, coffee's on top of the cart. You're talking about someone getting a freaking 3rd-degree burn at 40,000 feet that we have to then treat. You're talking about someone getting hit in the head with a cart that has like tons of soda, you know, waters, like it's just really, really heavy. Took a flight Austin to Orlando, and it was scary. Like, when I tell you the crew couldn't do service, the turbulence on that flight wasn't like, you know, a little bit of bump, bump, bump. It was like the whole plane is just shaking nervously. Like, you could feel like on edge. And I recently had my very first flight, I think it was in December, where I could not do service, where our crew, we set up the carts and the entire flight, it was unsafe to do service. And that is something that in 2 years, I had never dealt with. I had never went a flight not doing service. And this was like a clear, do not go out there. I'm just wondering what's going on. Why are the waves in the ocean higher, and why are the waves in the air the same? I don't know. I just am thinking about this stuff. If you are in the science field and you know about this stuff, not just because you fly or not just because you surf, but you actually know the science behind turbulence and behind waves and the how high they are and the statistics, I don't know. I would love to talk to you and make a video out of this. good time. The locals here are so sweet. And I think because I'm alone and like genuinely trying to speak Spanish to them, they feel a different type of way as opposed to these tourists that are all like in familial groups. It's kind of like a one-on-one interaction versus a 5 people getting up on you and ask you what you have in your store, right? You know, that you know aren't from here. So they were telling me at one shop that I could take the bus to the community that I want to go to tomorrow. And I think I honestly can. I just don't have pesos. So we'll see. I'm gonna ask the lady I just met in the drugstore if she knows. I should have put her in the video. Gosh, she said that you could take the bus, but you have to have the pesos, 10 pesos. You have to have the coins or else you can't get on the bus. And she said it runs quite often in the morning. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna try it. It'd be so cool to take the bus and then I could Uber back just so I can make my van time. And they were saying in the other place, like, honestly, this is not like Guatemala. This is like, it's pretty safe. Like, you're good. Okay, I'm back. I am really hungry and I have some cool stuff to show y'all and to say. First, I just have to say thank you. I should really pray actually. Y'all, I've been eating bad. Even the salad today, I need a salad. I don't need this is not talking about this place or anything like that. I just know I used to eat salads all the time. That's what my body is used to and got used to, and I have not been eating salads, y'all. And my body's just like, how are we supposed to help you live your best life and accomplish your dreams with this in your body? So this is what I have. So that's what we're doing. I brought some of this from home. It's loaded potatoes. And then I have some French fries from the place here. So grateful to be here. I can just hear the ocean crashing. And it's just so crazy to me that I'm getting to hear that. That I'm gonna get to go to bed to the, not a playlist of ocean sounds to go to sleep to or pretty nature sounds. I'm not gonna have to listen to my iPhone, and I don't do this, I used to, but I'm going to get to hear the actual ocean crashing alongside the shoreline at a resort that I'm staying at. What? Airlines have agreements with hotels, and we as flight attendants have our own contracts that the airlines agree to, and I don't know how I'm being completely honest. I don't know how it works, how hotels are actually told about the things that flight attendants are promised per the contract. I don't know who relays that. I know we have our union at my airline, we have a union, and I know there's a hotel committee who works on that specifically, but I don't know how it works. Anyway, there are certain hotels, honestly, ones that I never complain, because one of the hotels that doesn't give us the microwave, I love that hotel. If you complain about it, and then they switch the hotel to one that has a microwave, but one that you don't like, you know what I'm saying? This hotel, right, same situation. Beautiful beach, beautiful resort, beautiful rooms. They took care of me. They checked on me. They wrote me a note. They gave me something from their culture. Top 10 experience. I go and ask for a microwave. Not for me to have, I don't need one in my room. I would love that, but I don't need that. I was just oh, where is it? Because it's in our contract. I'm crew, can I please? And they're oh no, you can go to the deli. You can go to the deli and they'll try to heat it up for you. And basically by the time I came up here, sat down for 15 minutes, went back downstairs, they were closed. So then I asked someone else at like one of the bar things, and they were kind enough to walk me to the restaurant and go heat it up in there. And I think that is so rare. In the US, they would have just told me no. It's just the truth. If they do not have it, they do not have it. They're not going to the restaurant. They're not, and of course there are, I feel like every hotel, depending on the person you get, you can have a situation where they might take it to their personal crew room, or they might, you know, like for their hotel staff, they might do something to supplement to help you out. And this could be even if you're not crew, if you're just staying at a hotel, like people need to heat up food. In major cities, people go and they visit, they buy food, and then they get to the hotel room and it's cold. Everyone wants a microwave. So it's not like, you know, just a flight attendant thing. It's just that we are told in our contract that we will always be provided it. I feel like in the US, a lot of times it's just pretty dismissive. And it's funny, I spoke with a friend from Jamaica recently, and she was saying like, Malik, like your skills, the fact that you can host in the sky, like not just, you know, on camera, but the fact that I can host in person, like in the sky, and do customer service very well, to the point that people write into my airline about it. Like that is a skill that a lot of Americans, she was saying, don't have, or not that they don't have it, but it's hard for Americans to do customer service well, which I could believe that. I'm not trying to, you know, come from my own country, but yeah, that was just really nice of her. I was just so grateful for that. And everyone is so sweet. They're like, amigo, this, and I'm like, gracias. The place I went to, I got a ton of candies. I think I'm gonna make a video, like a reel. These are so interesting, y'all. So Hershey's Chocolate Bites, a Rolito de Coco. It's a dulce de coco, so it's like, I'm trying to like, yeah. So it's like dulce de leche, but in a cocoa strip, I guess. I don't know. Bro, this, I was like, this will make me blow up on TikTok. Lime Oreos. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I've never even heard of that. And then they have this thing, I don't even know what this is, but maybe I'll look it up and they will tell me online. I don't think I'm gonna be trying it in this video. I think I'm gonna make a TikTok of it, trying all those things. And I also don't wanna eat that tonight. Like, I don't need any chocolate right now. I just got this because I'm on the layover, I'm here, and I don't know if I'm coming back. But I definitely want to go to a real part of Puerto Vallarta, to see it, to learn about it, even though I'm only gonna have the morning. These layovers, although they're so fun and I get to relax, part of it is me processing that I'm alone. I don't know, I guess, I mean, and I could have went with the crew, but I didn't really want to. And so, and I'm glad I didn't, because had I went over there, the market doesn't really, it's not my style. The way I travel is I want to see what the locals see. I want to experience local life. I don't want to go to a place for tourists. Different here because I speak English anyway, so they're gonna know, like, unless you speak Spanish, that you're not from here. I don't like to feel off the bat like I'm being scammed, right? Like, you know, they could charge me anything for their jewelry, or not that they would, but today is my anniversary of becoming a flight attendant. My second anniversary. I've been a flight attendant for 2 years now. I've dealt with medical emergencies at 30,000 feet. I've dealt with, you know, major non-compliance from customers, and I've dealt with safety situations. I've dealt with, you know, safety situations for myself, safety situations for other customers. I've dealt with, you know, a mom telling me that, or a woman telling me that she just found out she was pregnant right before the flight. And, you know, so I've dealt with really emotional circumstances. I've dealt with, you know, I'm talking about a nurse on board talking about hanging an IV from an overhead bin to ensure that we could make sure this customer was okay. Like, these are the levels of things that we deal with, calling our captain, being super involved in these decisions. And I don't always go home okay. You deal with a lot. You see a lot. And another thing, you interact with so many different energies. And while that is, lovely, you meet a lot of people, you are taking all that in. And the idea that when you get home it's just supposed to stop is a little bit crazy to me, because we're human. And so there are nights where I go home. There are nights when there have been nights where I've cried myself to sleep. There have been, and that was really recent. I don't think I've had that happen in this job before. But there have been other situations where I've cried in the shower on layovers, where I have really hurt. And I think that what I've learned is you have to feel, and it's not you have to feel it to heal it or whatever. It's just you were given a life, you were given this is your experience. And I think to not feel and choose to say, I'm gonna just ignore it, or I'm gonna not feel it, or I don't wanna feel it, isn't fair to you. Because if you go through something, you're the one who is gonna deal with it, whether you decide to fully feel it or not. So this 2 years is a moment where I think I'm just saying, feel it all. Because while I talk about the bad in this moment right now, y'all have seen me in the Bahamas, y'all have seen me here in Mexico, y'all have seen me in Guatemala, y'all have seen me in just, fun layovers in San Francisco and New York, and getting to see family and getting to see friends and things that I haven't even shared that I've gotten to do. So I am grateful. And this job makes me smile so hard sometimes. And it also makes me cry and hurt. And it's just the truth. My truth. Maybe not everybody's. But this job shows you a lot about you. And you have to be really strong in order to do this job. This job is a mirror, a really big mirror. Say a customer won't put his bag under the seat. How you react when you go home at night, you're gonna think about that, right? It just reflects how you feel, what you do, what you think. This job just shows it all right back to you, and that can be pretty ugly to see if you've had a bad day, but it can also be pretty beautiful when you are someone who wants to do the right thing and wants to do right by people. And the things that come up in this job are very, very related to you, I feel like, when it's you. So on that note, here's my birthday. Here's my anniversary cake. It is a cajeta. They're saying this is like a tres leches kind of deal. It's a cheesecake. She said she gave it to me frozen because that's how it tastes best to her, like ice cream. It's so smooth, she says. So I got this. I wanted to do this whole candle thing, and I swear it's just not working out, so I'm just gonna try the cake in front of you. 1, 2, 3. It's not what I thought it would taste like at all. It's like pie. It's good, but it's like a pie. You see the crust here? The crust is hard. So it's like a soft pie with a hard crust. And she said it was like ice cream. And I wanted cake. So I'm just a little confused by all the things going on, but it is good. Good morning. I kind of overslept. Went to bed at like 2, and it's 7:45 right now. I don't think I have time to go figure out the bus situation. And I did wake up to the waves. How crazy is that? I feel like a study abroad student. I'm going into the city of Puerto Vallarta this morning, and I'm so excited. I'll show y'all real quick. the beach this morning. Again, this morning I was able to just hear the waves crashing. I cannot tell you how beautiful it was to wake up to that. Incredible to go to sleep to that. It was my meditation background last night and I just loved it. Although my meditation was quite hard because I just wanted to go to sleep. But I've been meditating and I'm trying to keep a streak. 2-day streak, because I really know that there are things I want to call into my life, and meditating is the best way to do it for me. I know that it works for me. So yeah, this place is insane. Out of the Bahamas, out of Aruba, this is probably the smallest resort and the best time I've had. And I think it's also because I've grown to just accept what is in a way and to just enjoy these things, even though, you know, I didn't necessarily have the, you know, resources to buy the trip and all that. I think a lot of, you know, limiting beliefs can come into your head. But it is so cool and beautiful to get to, you know, see this and to be, I'm just looking at the waves right now. It's insane. This is the fit. I feel like it's giving study abroad vibes. Cat backwards, shorts, white Converses, and socks up. I feel like it's totally giving study abroad vibes, but let's go. Little chain. I feel like it's safe enough here to wear the chain and little bracelet. Let's go. ¿Cómo se dice safe?
Seguridad.
Yeah, it's like safer versus Cancun Ciudad de Mexico.
Ciudad de Mexico.
No safe.
Recomiendo.
Real. ¿Por qué?
When I visited, cuando yo visité Ciudad de México,
Sí.
la gente está asustada.
La gente. ¿Qué significa la gente?
People.
Okay, sí.
People is scared.
Really?
Aquí en Vallarta tú puedes caminar junto a otra persona y no hay problema. Y here in Puerto Vallarta you can walk with another person like together without knowing him. But in Mexico, if you try to do that, to walk together, they run away.
Really?
Because thieves and all that.
Otras personas es criminales.
Yeah.
Claro. Y'all, I'm just hitting me that I like know how to travel. I'm in real Puerto Vallarta at a cafe right now, like real, like, oh my god. I'm in my favorite place, the supermarket. It's so cool. They have hot cakes. I am back at the hotel, and one thing that I noticed here, y'all, you just push your room. They don't require a key at all to get into the elevators. There's cameras, but there's no like room key to scan to use the elevator. I flew from Puerto Vallarta to LA, then did a Reno turn. So that's when we just fly somewhere and fly right back. So I flew to Reno, Tahoe, if you know that area, Northern Nevada, and then flew right back to Los Angeles, made it home, and I feel like I did not wrap up Puerto Vallarta. I didn't wrap up what was happening. It just was kind of fast. What I wanted to do yesterday was take the bus, and I honestly am glad that I wound up not taking the bus because number one, the buses looked incredibly crowded. At least one of them that was driving by. And then it also was just confusing, I guess. I don't speak Spanish. I'd never been to Mexico. And they were telling me I could take the bus over to this beach, which is near downtown. It's like the more central area of Puerto Vallarta, something that every tourist, it seems like, should at least go see. So I was gonna take the bus over there. It's called Malecon. And two people, at least two, possibly three, had told me about this place. I did want to go down there, but it just seemed really far. That is basically going down the entire coastline. It's probably like a 20-30 minute drive from where we were staying. So I didn't want to, especially being that I knew I didn't have much time. I knew I wanted to film a news piece in the hotel. I knew I wanted to see like a local coffee shop. And that's what I did, which I just Ubered over there. Their Ubers are like literally, it's like 90 pesos, I think, or something like that. And it's like, one time I looked, it was like $4 was the conversion. I went to this coffee shop called Cafe and Leche. It's not Cafe y Leche, it's Cafe plus Leche. It was such good energy. I feel like what I took away from this visit, the energy in Puerto Vallarta is so spectacular. Like the energy of the place. And it's rare, I feel like, and not to say it's rare to feel that, but it's just like, there are places that you just connect with, all very kind and sweet and welcoming. And it just felt safe because when I was in Guatemala, I couldn't really put my guard down. In Puerto Vallarta, I wasn't really as scared, which was nice to get to be somewhere abroad and foreign and just feel like you could really talk to people. The only thing I didn't get to do was go to Malecon, right? Take the bus, go over there. And that's something that I would want to do. I didn't get to go to see the downtown area. I'm really grateful for the time I had. I took my time exploring the resort, but you really need a few days. And so I'm so excited to announce that I get to continue this video because this morning, someone dropped a trip for tomorrow with Puerto Vallarta and I get to go back.